Donald Trump ducked into an East Palestine, Ohio McDonald's to buy dinner for the firefighters and local cops.
What's your specialty today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. That's a nice, beautiful looking group of people. So I know this menu better than you do, okay? I probably know it better than anybody in here. We're going to take care of the fire department.
Okay.
We're going to take care of the police department.
A lot of Canadians are having trouble being able to afford a place to live.
This is what being priced out can look like. People are actually camping out in their RVs because rent is so unaffordable in this city. So we've just spotted this, which looks like a structure on top of the back of a truck. Hello? What's your name?
It's Chris.
Chris. Come on down if you don't mind. When did you build it?
6-7 months now.
So you've been living in here for 6 or 7 months?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice summer though.
Can you take me up there just with my iPhone and show me like a little bit of like...
If you don't mind.
I can hop up. Chris Kazmir Kazak says he works in construction, building homes in Vancouver.
All right, here we go.
Okay. It's a little messy, but there you go. You get your laptop here.
Yeah.
You got your food. Irony is, he can't afford one himself, so he built this makeshift home. So this beats paying rent.
No. but for what I'm willing to spend, yeah. Right. At the prices, yeah, it's the only option if I want to make enough money to not be broke when I'm old.
Today in Vancouver, to comfortably afford a one-bedroom apartment, your salary needs to be about $109,000 and $98,000 in Toronto. It's not just these two cities. London, Ontario, a one-bedroom is nearly $1,800. Take a look across the country, just over $1,600 in Montreal. In Calgary, about $1,500. In Halifax, the average one-bedroom goes for almost $2,000. So, where does that leave those who earn less?
When it comes to the 15-minute cities, that's being pushed here now in Canada. It's connected to the digital ID. How do we fight this?
Yeah, well, we fight this by continue to do what we have been doing, and especially what the Canadian truckers have been doing. Right. You do not comply. You just don't back down. You stand up and you defend your freedom. And when you think about it, I mean, don't slander it away. Our fathers and forefathers have fought for this. They have literally spilled their blood over this. So their children and children's children could enjoy freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. And now we are so obnoxious, so spoiled brats, especially in the Western democracies, taking it for granted. Mm-hmm. Once you start taking it for granted, it's gone. Trust me. There is this saying, if you sleep in a democracy, you will have a very rude awakening in a tyranny. And that's where we're headed.
Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. Stay tuned. We got more coming up. Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it. This is Don Pettit, the NASA astronaut who said we destroyed the technology to go back to the moon.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be one of the next series of steps that humans do. The first step should be going back to the moon for a number of technical reasons and exploration reasons, and then after that, Mars, maybe high orbit in Venus atmosphere, maybe going to Europa. There's all kinds of targets to go to, places of interest in our solar system. The only limit to human future is in our own imaginations. To human future, to human future, to human future, to human future is in our own imagination. Is in our own imagination.
Here's what Don's saying these days.
So my question is, how can you operate a lid on the outside of the space station by manipulating something mechanical on the inside of the space station without losing air pressure?
It's called real good engineering. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think would fly.
Lindsey Graham is still all in on Ukraine.
I like the structural path we're on here. As long as we help Ukraine with the weapons they need and the economic support, they will fight to the last person.
The most popular president in American history tweeted more embarrassing garbage today. He said, women working full-time year-round are paid 84 cents for every dollar paid to men. Those disparities are more pronounced for women of color and women with disabilities. On Equal Pay Day, we call attention to an injustice that undermines women's economic security. This is further propagation of the gender pay gap myth. When people argue the gender pay gap, they want you to apprehend the argument with your emotions instead of your mind. They want you to think of a man and a woman working exactly the same job during exactly the same hours in the exact same place, and he gets more than she does. This kind of thing has been declared illegal since the passage of the Equal Pay Act in 1963. Let's say he really does get more than she does at the same company doing the same work at the same time. What if he's a better negotiator? Shouldn't he get paid more? What if he's a faster, more efficient worker? What if the boss wants to give him more than her because it's his business and he can pay people what they agreed to in the contract? But that's not what the argument focuses on. It's derived by taking the total annual earnings of men in the American economy in a given year and dividing that by the number of male workers. This gives you the average annual earnings of an American male. Then you do the same thing for women. The average annual women's earnings come in at about 80 to 84% of the average annual man's earnings. And presto, you've got the gender wage gap. This methodology takes no account whatsoever of a whole host of factors that might explain this discrepancy. It ignores the fact that, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics in 2017, men worked an average of 8.05 hours in an average day compared to 7.24 hours for women. True, women are more likely to be raising children, taking care of elderly family members, or doing housework, leaving them with fewer hours in the day for paid employment. But this does not alter the essential fact. People working fewer hours on average can be expected to earn lower incomes on average. And there are differences in the type of work men and women do, which bears directly on their earnings. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics data shows that in 2017, 94% of child daycare service workers were female, the highest percentage of any category, and that the mean annual wage of childcare workers was $23,760. By contrast, just 2.9% of workers in the logging industry were women, the lowest share of any category. And the mean annual wage here was $42,310. In 2018, 3.5% of roofers were women, with an average annual wage of $44,000 per year. This stat Joe is spewing is dishonest. He knows it's dishonest. We know it's dishonest, and he just continues to lie to the people. Next, he also tweeted, "It's time for Congress to ban assault weapons. We did it in 1994, and shootings dropped. After Republicans in Congress let it expire, mass shootings tripled. Today, I'm signing an executive order to fight gun violence, but Congress must act. Enough is enough." He also said, "Today I'm signing an executive order to intensify our work to fight gun violence. It will keep guns from dangerous hands, hold the gun industry accountable, and support communities affected by violence. But let's be clear, Congress still has a responsibility to act." In other words, Biden is criminalizing and going after innocent gun owners who own these so-called assault weapons and will lock them in a cage if he catches them exercising their Second Amendment right. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, the links are under the video's description. And if you want to grab a hard-hitting conversation starting shirt, that'll also help the channel. You can put the design on any shirt, hoodie, mug, hat, whatever you want. I'll see you in the next video.
With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.